You had a signing session, I think, yesterday, and you met a few hundred Wolves fans. What sort of things did they say to you?
Only positive things. They're so happy. And either after the sign section with 2 hours with the fans, we went, me and Andrea, to meet the other fans in the stadium, and we was there 20 minutes. We're talking about everything, and we share our opinion. Either them, I find them very, very happy about how there is the style of the new era of the Wolverhampton.
Did you feel, like fans were on side with you, that you're all moving together as one?
Yes.
And that's important for you, I'm guessing. You want the fans.
But it's important for me. It's important for me that everybody, we are in the same boat, in the same situation, and everybody, we have one goal to achieve, to back where we deserve to be, and of course, in the dream, in the wish, this can happen tomorrow morning. But as we know that is a long way, it's a marathon, we have more 36 games to be played, and this is one other season. And we are cautious about this situation. And if everybody thinking in the same way, if everybody pushing the same way, in the end we can get the result.
A couple of big games next. Obviously, you've got Villa coming up, which will be a big derby. But first, Norwich. That'll be a big test, won't it, against a side that have just fought out of the Premier League?
Sorry, we already played against Newcastle. We already played against Birmingham. We already played against all the other teams that are part of the Championship, Brentford and all the other teams, Ipswich. Every game is important. It's not because we play against one big name is different than play against the one team that is last in the bottom. No, we treat every game in the same way. We treat every week in the same way, and we're thinking about game by game and day by day. Not thinking about what we have to play tomorrow and then in 20 days. No, this is not the way.
Norwich will be hurting, won't they, in the way that they lost on Wednesday night, conceding 2 goals later.
But I think about my teams. I don't want to talk about other teams because there are other coach, there are other manager, and it's not correct that I'm talking about the other teams. It's a good team. They are the chance to go in the Premier, and they're gonna fight for go the Premier. Other things is not my job to talking about.
But you must look at that defensive weakness, the way that they conceded 2 goals.
If you're thinking that one team has defender weakness and they are second in the ranking and they score 19 goals, okay, we have the opposite view of the football.
But it should be a good atmosphere though, shouldn't it? And particularly being a live game with the cameras there as well.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about sorry, I understand your question, but for me, it doesn't change nothing. I prepare the game. I prepare the game in the same way, with the same concentration, with the same attitude. I would like that my players make a great performance, and they play well. They play nice football. It doesn't change for me if it's in TV, is in the 5:30, 8:30. So my main concentration is only about the 90 minutes and in the specific moment against Norwich.
If I can ask you a question away from Wolves, you must have seen a lot of things in football. What did you make of the England manager having to resign after a newspaper sting?
It's not my job to talking about these things, sorry. I'm just arrived 45 days ago and I call me outside of this discussion.
But you've been around football for years and people are talking about corruption like it happens every day. I mean, have you ever seen it? Have you heard about it in football?
I would like to talking about football, about Norwich, about our game, and not about other things.
But it does concern the whole of football, doesn't it? It's not just...
No, it's not my football, sorry. My football is make a coach, training, prepare my team to make a best performance, teach to my player the best way to win the game, and accept the consequence of the no win, and not to talking about what happened. It's not in my hands.
But presumably you bring your players up to play honestly, to train honestly. When football is given this black mark, does it affect everybody within football?
But I repeat, you insist in one way that is not the moment to talking for me about these things.
Okay, away from football, do you like the Ryder Cup, and will you be watching it?
Golf. Ryder Cup, c'è la Ryder Cup questo weekend.
You're a European.
Look, I tell you something, and with all the honest, I can answer, yes, I watch, it's a fantastic. In this sport, the only things that I can do is drive the paddle. I drive, Andrea asks me, give me the number 12. I give the number 12. This is my knowledge about golf. I'm honest totally. I'm not like here that I say, oh no, yes, oh I watch, yeah, it's interesting. My knowledge about golf is only drive the paddle, bring the mat, and that's it.
So you're just the buggy driver?
He is.
Yeah.
The water boy?
No, the water boy, no.
The Walter boy.
The water boy.
Walter Zenga, the water boy, really?
Oh. No, it's with all the respect for who play golf, is not my best and favorite sport.
Cheers. Thank you.
Fortunately, because on Sunday it's full of events. On Sunday we have
It's good.
Formula One, Roma Inter, Ryder Cup, Tottenham Manchester City. Yes, Sunday is huge.
See, Sky likes you. You, not so much.
He has more time than me because I work every time. I prepare, I just make a training, everything. So.
You weren't like
And then either unfortunately I don't have yet a house, and he has a house and he can watch whatever he wants in his house. Me personally in the hotel.
I got the Sky subscription, so
good.
Yeah.
You went like this when Madonna used to wear a Zenga shirt.
I have to looking for somewhere where they have a Sky. I can go there and ask to put the right channel. But okay,
Walter, just a couple from me, if I may. Jeff Shee's been speaking this week about how he'd like to see some youngsters make their mark this season. I just wondered how strong you thought the youth setup was here at Wolves.
The problem is I just arrived on 1st August. We are only on 29 September. My fully concentration was only in the first team to adjust some things that should be done in June and July. I'm sorry, but it's true. And when we arrive, we find something to restart from zero, practically. And we already just bring some player to make a training with us to evaluate them. My opinion now is too early to talking about these things, but the things is the future, and we have to consider these things. So I have to find the right connection between the younger for the future and the exigent of the first team.
Yeah.
And I'll do this, of course, but. Not now, in this moment.
I mean, so generally, it's important to you to develop youth, is it?
The problem is, we already bring 3-4, more than 3-4, yeah, 5 players to make a training with us, and we already note some interesting player, and of course we share with the under 23 coach the idea about and. But right now, for example, we have 24 players in the squad. It's difficult to bring someone to make a training with us. But in the future, of course, I'll continue to do this. For example, in the game of FA in Carling Cup, there was a couple of players with us in the squad. They make a training with us. I don't want to make a name because the problem is if you make the name, then somebody can think I'm just arrived.
Yeah.
No. But we already evaluate some younger, interesting players.
Finally, from me, the international break's coming up. How will you be spending your time during the international break?
But we have to regenerate the players that they need. They need to be regenerated. Like they have some injuries, some situation that they must control. We have to give to the player that they play a little in the last part of the season, time to play some game with under 23. Make some fitness. Don't forget some fitness training, and either we have 6 or 7 players that they go into the national team. So we have a job to do, and we are organized to do this job. It's gonna happy Tony Daly that finally is gonna work in the right way. The players not, but
Yeah.
okay. This is the football.
That's brilliant. That's all from me, Walter.